So, hey guys, obviously I'm not in class today. I am actually grading common assessments with the other social studies teachers. So I just want to do a really quick review on what you guys should be working on today in class. First of all, you guys should be, number one, finishing your UN Embassy, your Google slideshow. And if you forgot what was required on that, remember, it is located on the Google Slides, on this slide here. So you need to have like the nameplate, the country bio, and then the second thing on your to-do list is to make sure your graphic organizer is filled out, which is part of your Google slideshow as well too. So the country position investigation, remember that is in the folder that is posted to Google Classroom. That is where you find that graphic organizer. If someone is having trouble, do not just sit there the whole hour and be like, I don't know where it is. Go ask a classmate, because I'm sure someone in the class has found the graphic organizer, and so you can ask them on how to find it. But it's just in that folder that's attached to the assignment. Then today, after you guys get those things done, you should start looking at your resolutions. And so your resolution is essentially the solution to the problem that you guys are trying to solve. And so if you go back to the original instructions, you can see that was all your requirements. And then on the next slide, you have some resources for you guys to use in order to create these resolutions. They are done in a very particular way. So you can see a resolution is just another word for a solution to the conflict. So it's not like writing a paper or anything like that. If you guys will all, if you just click that and you click to that Google Doc link, this will pop up. This is an example resolution. Okay, you can see it's not super long. It's not like paragraph format, but obviously there are some that have been longer. This is like a bare minimum one, but this is the format that you guys need to use. If you guys go to Google Classroom, there is a template for you to use. Okay, so if you just go to Google Classroom, and as I'm going to here, and you guys click on the instructions for the project, you can see in this folder that I just clicked on, you see there's template for the resolution, and you guys can use that template to fill it out. And the template looks exactly like this. You will put the subject of the resolution, which it's either child labor in Southeast Asia or trouble in the Northern Triangle. You are submitting it to who? Either the World Bank or the Organization of American States, the OAS, proposed by your country, and then the date, so whatever the date is. So that's pretty simple, and that's already set up for you. And then you can see this is kind of like the little bit more confusing part, since you haven't written like this before. It says the political council, so you would put, if you're the child labor one, you'd put the World Bank, comma. And then they have these phrases here in which you can see, and these phrases are talked about in this here. So the first section is called preambulatory phrases. The second section is called operational clauses. So preambulatory is at the beginning, how do you feel about this situation? And you can see this one there. This is all about human trafficking. It says, I am appalled that human trafficking is a growing problem, particularly in the Americas, and observing that trafficking comes in many forms, often involving subjecting victims to sexual exploitation, and noting with disapproval. So you can see these words, they'll have to be all caps for you guys as well too, are the preambulatory phrases. And so you guys will need to have 3 or 4 of those. You can see on the requirements one, it says recommended that you have no more than 4 preambulatory phrases and not more than 4 operational clauses. I'll give you a little wiggle room there if you need more, but there shouldn't be 10 of each. No, that's way too many. So you need 4 preambulatory phrases and 4 operational clauses. And then you can see, so it's just talking, this is just kind of about the topic in general. Okay, the topic in general is this section here. How do you feel about your topic? And what are some statistics that you have found out about your topic? Then the second part is, what are you wanting to do? Okay, how are you going to solve it? Hereby. calls upon all countries to sign, supports all nations to apply, urges the United Nations. So those are all operational clauses because it is a verb. It's asking, it's doing something. It's in the action of. So calls, supports, urges. You can see. So it's a verb that is actively asking people to do something. How do you figure out all these words? Like, where do I find those? First of all, I don't know why I keep clicking that slide, but if you go to this slide here, you can see, first of all, there's a resolution writing guide. If you click that link, brings you to this website here. Model UN Made Easy, how to write a resolution. And so the basics of a resolution, it has that information here. How to write one, it has an example one here. You can see it's basically set up the same way as ours. The heading, the preambulatory clauses. Here's example preambulatory clauses, but I have another link for those. And there's an example operative clauses or operational clauses right there. But this website will help you if what I just told you does not make sense. And then you guys can see this link here is just the phrases and the clauses. So kind of same thing. It gives you tips for writing the resolutions. Preambulatory clauses can include, and here's some expressions: alarmed by, aware of, bear in mind, convinced, guided by, having adopted. So you need 4 of those for the beginning, and then you have your operational ones, and that goes in the second category there. So I feel like it's a lot easier than writing an essay. Obviously, I think, in my opinion, because it's bullet pointing it, it's kind of chunking that information, and it's getting right to the point of what you guys are wanting to accomplish. So the first section, review what real quick one more time, if I can find it. Here's the example. First section here is all about the problem. So you're not telling me how to solve it yet. You're just telling me what you know about it and how do you feel about it. Okay, so it says appalled, observing, noting with disapproval, emphasizing, desiring. Next one is the herebys, is how are you going to fix the problem? What are you proposing? And that's the point that really needs to be focused on and have a lot of thought into it, because this is how you're going to solve the problem. So with that, that is what you guys are working on today. Once again, there's your to-do list. So if you're not done with your U.S. Embassy slides, you need to get going on that. Because I would say by Tuesday, like, you have to be writing resolutions, because then remember, you have to compose a summary of it and practice that. And then you also need to list your countries for your coalition. So I want us to be prepped and ready to go. So then also I can look over your resolutions and give you tips on how to make it better. But this definitely has to be done either by Tuesday or during Tuesday, because it's going to take you more than one day to write your resolution. So finish your U.S. Embassy, work on your graphic organizer, which is a part of your embassy, but obviously this is the most important part into understanding how to try to solve the problem. And number 3, start working on a resolution. So hopefully that made some sense to you guys, and that'll help you get started for the day. I apologize for not telling you guys I was going to be gone. Honestly, it slipped my mind. But I'm grading common assessments in the library. So if anyone needs anything and they are like desperate for help, come find me in the library. I'm just in that meeting room, that conference room, and I can help you because I'm just grading essays. So hope you have a wonderful Monday. I will see you guys tomorrow.